95-93, OCU defeats USAO tonight on the game winner by Ryan Wiley. We're here with Coach Vinay Patel. And, Coach, we can either talk about Ryan or we can talk about Lou. Your choice.
I'll talk about, thank God we got a win. It feels like it's been forever. You know, I give these guys, we're playing really short-handed. For the people that can see, I got a ton of guys over there in sweats. You know, it was one of those where we knew we had to get through this weekend somehow with a win or two. And then hope we get some guys back next week. You know, we're really banged up. This is the most injuries we've had to deal with. You know, we played all weekend last weekend without 3 starters. We're playing right now without 3 starters, basically. And so, you know, give these guys credit. I mean, look at the minutes. You got John Reed, 37 minutes. He wouldn't have came out unless he got a busted lip. Walter Rickett, 37 minutes. Lou Dunbar, 40 minutes. I mean, we just don't have the subs right now. So, you know, I'm telling you, and I said it in my pregame or postgame after the Texas Wesleyan game after we got beat. That had been the proudest I'd been of a group for fighting shorthanded, and that's what won us the game right now is just the fight. You know, I don't really know if there's, you know, we had some guys with some individual great nights, but this team just keeps fighting, and I give them a lot of credit for that because they could easily feel sorry for themselves about these injuries and things like that, and they continue to come to practice and allow me to push them every day.
We'll get to Lou in a second. I want to talk about Ryan Wiley first. Only scored 4 points in the game, and for a while he didn't have any points at all. But he had 6 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 2 steals, and it was easily Ryan's best game this year. He was forced into action, and he responded very well. How'd you feel about Ryan tonight?
Well, I was really mad at him early, I'll tell you that. We've been working on a game plan for the last 3 days, specifically involving our post, and 3 straight times he screwed up the assignments defensively. I've been hard on him all year, you know, to tell you the truth. I expect that kid to be good, you know, and what you guys see at the end is what I thought he should be doing this whole year. So I'm glad we finally got it out, better late than never. But, you know, the things that he did that you guys saw, the athletic play he made to finish when he got the and one, and even that tip at the end. But probably the biggest play was the block shot he had on the late shot clock, you know, there down the stretch. So, I mean, he is athletic. He's active. You know, the thing is sometimes he's just not always tuned in. And, I'm trying to figure out, is it a maturity issue? Is it a focus issue? And I'm glad he finally tuned in and came up for us clutch down the stretch because that was a heck of a tip by him.
Lou Dunbar has established the NAIA era record for OCU in points in a game. He scored 50. Tied the OCU record for made threes in a game. That was 11. He made 11 threes. You ever seen a performance like that?
Well, I mean, I've been a part of a kid that scored 47, so I guess no, because I've never seen a kid go for 50. So,
he outscored Russell Westbrook tonight. Westbrook had 45.
Here's the thing, and this is what I told him when I walked in the locker room. For a year and a half now, I've told that kid, if you take good shots, the offense will allow you to score a lot of points. And you did not see very many forced shots tonight. And then once he got hot, we unloaded the playbook for him. I called about every set we had to get him a look, and he just continued to hit shots after shot after shot after shot. Then he got put out of position because John had a busted lip, so he had to play the point guard for a little bit, and he gets a basket right away. And then that might have been the worst thing that happened to us because then he got 3 straight turnovers, I think, trying to play the one. But, no, he got hot, and that's we see it in practice all the time, him get that hot, and you've seen it in other games. But, you know, he continued to stay with the plan of taking good shots. He didn't really force very many shots, and you know, am I shocked he got 50? Yes, but probably the bigger shock is that probably out of his 18 shots, 17 of them I thought were really good. And he's capable of scoring big for us nightly if he continues to hit good shots. Now, here's the thing. People are going to keep game planning for him, you know, and that's what's made it a little bit difficult, and what he's finding out. It's gotten harder to get looks without Terrence in the game. So, you know, I was pleased he was really patient with his shots. You know, he didn't hit his first shot for probably the first 5 minutes, and then, you know, you probably saw the rest of that the last 35 minutes. So I was really proud of him being patient this game.
Good game from Walter Rickett as well, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Walter forced into his starting role, and he's responding well. This is not a season high, but a good game from Walter as well today.
You know, Walt is a high-energy kid. You know, if you're around him, he's probably, even just on a daily basis, you're around him, his personality is high energy and always happy and things like that. And that's what you see. And so what's hard for Walt is when he's playing 37 minutes, he is exhausted out there. You know, and I think he's learning to get better conditioned, and that's been an issue of his, is he goes in spurts, because he's so high energy. He goes in there and gives you a good 5 or 6 minutes, and then he's tired and needs a sub. And, he wanted a sub tonight. I told him at halftime, I said, I'm sorry, we just don't have one right now. I wish we did, because he gave up on a play and said, I'm tired. And I just said, you're not allowed to say that today. We got a lot of kids that are fighting today, and you're going to have to keep fighting. And he did that. Now, he's got to do a better job on the glass, and that's where I keep challenging him. You see his vertical is phenomenal, and he's got to use that and come up with some more rebounds for us. But, he came up big too. It's hard for Xavier Smith now because the role that he is in is different than it was, say, 5 games ago. A lot of people focused on Terrence Bonhomme offensively for us. And it allowed guys like Xavier Smith, Lou Dunbar, Tyler Alderman to be really good offensively. Remove that big piece, and now people are keying on Xavier Smith, is what it looks like night in and night out. And he did a great job, I thought, not forcing anything, staying patient, because I think that kid could have easily, if he wanted to, get frustrated that he wasn't getting the shots that he's normally getting. And I give USAO credit because they did a great job taking him away from us. But, he was patient, and he's huge for us. He 3 block shots again. He's second or third in the country in block shots, 7 rebounds. I mean, he's averaging a double-double this season. I can't talk enough about him. He has been a phenomenal player for us this year. And, I know the stats don't show it, but, that's a kid who tremendously helps us night in and night out. And so, I think we're going to keep seeing good play from him. I don't think the numbers show it tonight, but I thought he was really good tonight.
Ryan got the tip in on the last play, but take us through kind of the design of that last play. The point was to get X the shot.
Well, really, it was an old play that we ran quite a bit last year. My players have been begging us to get it out because we ran it quite a bit last year. And I kept telling them, I'm going to save it for a last-second play because we're going to need one of these games. I've been saying it all year to them. And so as soon as John Reed called that timeout, Coach Harmon and I usually meet, and he walks up right to me, and I said, I already know what I want to do. I don't even have to meet. And we drew up that play. We had a pretty good feeling everybody was going to run with Lou, and I thought John was going to have a chance to take it. They did a good job of cutting him off, but because everyone ran with Lou, you had Xavier Smith wide open in the middle of the paint. He missed a little jumper that he normally hits, but we had, I think, 3 guys that ran with Lou, 1 guy's with John, 1 guy's with X. Nobody's on the backside with Ryan Wiley, so he gets the game-winning tip. So, the play wasn't designed for that to happen, but they executed the play well, which was great to see because we haven't gone over that play. I drew it on the board, and it was good to see him execute it coming out of a timeout.
Finally, we get to have a Saturday at home. Don't have to travel into Texas this week. So take us through your next couple of days and what you've seen from Bacone, their opponent, on Saturday.
Well, Coach Harmon's been working on the scout already. I had this one, and, we've been doing that every week. We kind of split up the scouts, so, we have more than just a day to prepare. So he's been watching them all week. They just beat Haskell on Tuesday. I know that. I don't know what they did tonight. Haskell's a team we beat at the buzzer here and lost on the road to there. So that scares us already because, they showed up and beat a team that we had a lot of trouble with. From what I've seen, I have seen a little bit of film on them, is they're very athletic. They got some really good guards and some interior guys that are super athletic. And one of the things that we're going to have to be better at is defense. And I told them before this game, if we wanted to win this game, we had to hold them under 80 points, and we didn't do that, and we still won the game. But, this team has not figured out how to be great defensively yet, and that's a little bit of a frustration on my part because that's where I hang my hat as a coach. If someone asked what are the things that are important to me as a coach, defense is probably one of the main ones that are up there, and I've been frustrated with myself and our team that I haven't been able to help this team more defensively. And so we're still trying to adjust some things and look at some things to try to help us, but we have to figure out how to get stops if we want to have a chance on Saturday against Bacone.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. Last second win, 95-93. Lou Dunbar with 50 points in the game, and Ryan Wiley with the final tip-in for the final margin, 95-93.